The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.
Have you seen Alf Stewart's going viral online at the moment on the gram? Someone's got footage of him.
Home and away, Alf Stewart.
Yeah, Ray Ma.
Ray Ma.
Ray Ma went, get off my flaming set, because, you know, when they're filming the beach scenes on Home and Away, they're exposed to a lot of fans who all want to come and get a photo or whatever. Well, it's a bit of a nightmare. So he's kind of, you know, there's meant to be people around, runners who are meant to push people away. They just weren't going away, and they were actually getting in the shot. And so he's had to crack it himself, which was, you could tell it was out of character. Like,
well, maybe he's a method actor. Like, didn't Daniel Day-Lewis always stay in character? Like, even
for the whole shoot?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So he was being Alf Stewart, you're saying?
Well, if he said to them, get off my flaming set,
yes,
I mean, that's Alf Stewart.
But then he ran over and,
right there.
then he ran over and took a photo with a little girl that went, now the rest of you, just wait.
So he was
wait.
nice.
He was nice, but he was really cranky. And I totally understand, because it's really hard to manage public scenes. And I know this firsthand because I got a guest role on Rush. You remember that police drama?
Yeah.
I got a guest role on it. It was quite an out there kind of role. And I had a series of scenes that we had to shoot on that one day. And there was one particular scene that I was really, really nervous about, and I wasn't quite sure where they were going to shoot it either. So anyway, we're shooting all the scenes, and then it started raining, which kind of delayed everything for like 2 hours. And then the scene's getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. I'm doing all the other scenes, but just sweating about this scene. Anyway, it finally comes time to shoot this scene, and we arrive on location. Now, it's 4 p.m. on a Friday afternoon at Altona Park, which is like being at, I don't know, New Farm Park on a Saturday morning. Like, everyone descends at this park. Everyone's getting their fish and chips. There's kids. There's grandparents. It's like a big thing. And we've arrived, and they've kind of cordoned it off with ropes. And then I can see the crash mats because I have to do stunts as well. Now, this has drawn a massive crowd. And now I am
They might have thought you were like really fancy buskers too.
Oh, they could have actually.
Putting on a performance.
Oh, this is good. This is a little stage.
Actually, with this
Check this
performance,
out.
if I put a hat out, I might get big tips.
Okay, nice.
So anyway, I'm sitting there just going, oh, I've got to do this in one take because I just can't handle it. I'm seeing more and more kids lining up. And I'm like, oh, this is bad. This is really bad. And anyway, the reason why I was worried about doing this scene in front of everybody, and I wish I had Alf Stewart to help me, is because I was playing a dominatrix and I was getting arrested by 3 handsome men, and this is what I had to do.
Take it easy, you're under arrest. Now hold still, I'm going to cuff you.
Wait, easy.
Touch that. Hardly touched her.
Me! Help me hard! Yeah! Oh my God! What are you doing? Don't stop now, you bastard!
Cuff me harder.
So I had to do a big O.
What are you wearing? Presumably something inappropriate.
Leather.
No, quite sweet and innocent. The
Oh,
whole
okay,
thing
right.
is that that's why when I went for the role, I'm like, this is not me. This is like a Madeline West whips and chains kind of role. Like, I did
This is right up Madeline West alley. This has got Madeline West written all over
The
it.
kids will be on this Madeline West over there.
But anyway, I'm there doing that, and there is literally grandparents and their grandchild right above my face. And so,
What?
Yes. And then they
Just coming down for a sticky beat.
yeah, and then their hands slowly go over the kid's eyes, and they start pulling him backwards towards the swing set. And I was just absolutely mortified.
Oh, my goodness.
And yeah, I've never been back to that park since, and I think I traumatised the next generation.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.
Yeah, I think I was the same as a lot of you when I heard about this bloke over in the US, a US politician who delivered the longest speech in Senate history.
Mm-hmm.
How many hours?
At 25 hours.
I don't get it.
25 hours. That I thought it was an April Fool's joke.
Yeah, cool, because it comes out yesterday. April 2 is a tough day, I think, in Australia when you're getting all this feeding information, entertainment news and updates in the news from politics and stuff. You think, Well, it's real because it's not our April Fool's Day anymore. But
it was
still
their
is
April
there.
Fool's. Did he do it as an April Fool's in America? Well, I don't get it.
You can't do it in the Senate.
Who knows more about this, and why did he do that, and how did he do that?
No, he did it. And it says here that
Cory Booker.
his display of endurance, he had to remain standing, and this is the one I can't believe, he couldn't go to the bathroom.
what?
I beg your pardon.
Now, he broke the record of Strom Thurmond, who filibustered for 24 hours and 18 minutes. We all remember that one.
Of course.
Yeah.
The Civil Rights Act back in
May he rest in peace.
1957.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's passed away.
But he blew past that mark on Tuesday. His voice still strong but emotional as he topped out the 25 hours and 5 minutes. I love how he got to the 25. No, I just need your attention for 5 minutes more. 5 more minutes.
Do you reckon that's when he goes, in conclusion?
Yes.
And everyone cheers. I think.
No, he
God.
did that at the 18th hour.
Yes, that's just 7 hours to go.
Now, did anybody have to sit through that? Could they take shifts as in terms of listening?
I believe unless they're voting, they can. No one can be there almost.
Yeah.
They send a couple of. Yeah, it's definitely in and out sort of thing.
was still-
What on earth is he talking
He
about?
took to the floor at 7 p.m. on Monday, and then he finished at 8:05 p.m. on Tuesday.
He's basically, I'm kind of watching it now.
It was an anti-Trump speech.
Yes, he's going on
Yes.
about how the country's no longer safe, it's no longer stable, it's not a good place to be, decency's gone. I'm just paraphrasing.
You know-
I'm keeping it short because we've got like 3 minutes.
Yeah, probably don't do the whole 25
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, no.
You know,
We'll put that in the podcast.
you know who he looks like? Is he looks like that guy from that comedy duo? You know that you see. You know they are.
Or the one from that police show.
Key and Peele.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
yes.
He looks exactly like the bald guy from.
It's not him, is it? Hang on.
When I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be their greatest work ever." These guys.
Do they swap out at any moment where he he just
They
went
could.
behind- yeah,
Yeah.
and then Key comes out and does it for like 6 hours.
Are we sure this is real? That seems.
It's 100% real. Yeah.
To be fair, if I
Come
got
on.
my dad onto politics, he would go for 25 hours. But we'd do it in the whiskey room and he'd do it on a couch.
Yeah, a bit more comfortable.
So long as he can have sport on in the background on mute, he could go. In fact, he could do a week.
It's a week. But there's got to be rules on how long they can go in the Senate, surely.
There are no rules. As long as you keep talking and do not stop and do not go to the bathroom, it's a delay
But
tactic.
how did he do that?
He dehydrated himself deliberately beforehand. How he got through those first 24 hours, I don't know. By the 25th hour, staffers started to feed him like cold water, but he deliberately dehydrated himself so he couldn't go to the bathroom.
Didn't eat?
Didn't eat, just kept going.
He must have been wearing a nappy.
Yeah.
He needs to be
He had to
kicked
have a
out because
nappy.
that's not normal. He needs to go. That's weird.
I just don't understand. Like, how could you possibly write? At some point, he's gibbering. You know, like you can't write a 25-hour speech about Trump.
No.
At some point, you run out of things to say.
Or imagine if he did write it and he memorised it.
That would be.
Well, that would be impressive. He'd end up being Elon Musk in the White House.
That's crazy stuff.
Yeah, well, we're going to a function today.
Yeah.
We're going to
And
do
I'm-
it to
I'm-
them.
the floor?
Well, no, if anyone goes over, I was going to say 25 minutes, but that's too long.
Well, you were the one asking questions in the meeting. I thought, I think Ash is going to go off on a thing here where you're going to be this guy.
No, in and out. I'll be like...
No, you've got a couple of things you want to say. Like in that.
Oh, no, yeah, no. Well, Nikki's...
I was surprised than me.
Nikki's
Usually
going Nikki's going up first, and then... And
Oh,
I
yeah,
just
yeah,
went,
yeah,
And,
yeah.
I just went, hey, listen... Can
Do
I
the
men-
heavy lifting.
Can I mention this? Would that be a good thing to mention? She went yes, and I went okay. I'm locked in, like because that's
So that's your thing.
the one thing
and then
you're
I
gonna
said,
talk
that-
about. Hang on.
that's all I'm going
There's
to
a
say.
half-hour window.
Yeah, but-
if Nikki does her job,
Yeah,
like,
but-
just does her job,
but you know what
she's
Nikki's like.
15 minutes,
But that's
which
gonna be
means
20.
15 minutes for us.
But that's going to go. You know that Nikki's going to go 25.
It's
Like,
true.
you know
I've got
that.
some gear
Like,
ready.
And I'm happy for you to do it, by the way.
The same here.
But don't go short. But she can
No, she-
because if she goes short and you do your one bit only takes 1 minute. That leaves another 14 to 20 minutes for me, and I've got nothing.
I
Yeah,
feel
but-
like this segment's gone about 3 minutes too long.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snack Box.
After the show today, we've got a bit of a shindig on that we have to go and.
Be fabulous.
Well, just go and meet some people and be part of a presentation.
Yeah.
Very early days in our tenure here
Yes.
at Nova, Nikki, we were over at the Gabba.
Yep.
I don't remember what that function was, but it was spelled out to us very clearly that this was a very important function that we had to go to, and we had to go directly from the show to the Gabba, and we had to sit there and listen.
And is this you
Participate by listening.
Is this you and Lutzi? Or is this...
Yeah, no, it was the whole Brekkie team.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, everyone really was, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it was everybody from work was already there.
A road show? I'm going to use the word road show. Something like that.
I don't remember what it was, but it was like all of the big wigs were there, and we would be arriving late, but we could go straight in there and quietly sit down at our seats and then just listen to this.
Big people like,
big
this
people
is where we're going with the company.
Yes.
Yeah,
one of those sort of things.
Gotcha.
It was very early days.
PowerPoint, but
yeah, and so
maybe a projector screen. It was that early.
Yeah,
Actually.
No HP
Slides. One of those sort of things. Yeah,
whatever it was, and then there was a lectern, and like the big boss
guys
themselves was standing up there talking, and so we've quietly sort of made our way in, and we've sat down, and they've got us in a position where we're like about 4 rows back from the front of the lectern, where the person is presenting and they had a bottle of water for everybody. So in front of my seat was a bottle of water, and I'm sitting there. I've got Lutzi on one side of me, then there's me, and then there's Michelle, who we used to do the show with, and she's sitting there. And as we're sitting there, and you're trying to pay attention, this moron.
That's me. He's
pointing at Lutzi.
This moron here.
Yeah,
that's me.
He undid his water bottle, and without changing the expression on his face at all, he just poured it straight onto my lap.
His crotch.
The entire 600 ml of water
on his crotch.
And
why did you do?
It's not like I could jump up and go, "What the?"
Yeah, like the big wigs on stage.
And I've got all through my school. I've always been the guy that laughs. I can't keep a straight face. Like when something really funny is happening. I had this mate Smithy, and he would
Straight
do
face
something, and he'd tap people in front, in the classroom, and then they'd turn around and he'd have a straight face on,
writing something in his book.
Like he's really.
So you've always done detention for other people's crimes because you're the reactant.
Yeah, you're the idiot.
And Lutzi was able to straight face this as he poured this whole thing of water onto my lap, and I just had to
and you're wearing
I had to write it out.
Yeah, they were beige pants. Like it was obvious that he looked like he'd pissed himself. Let's be honest.
More
than pissed himself. Like he'd pissed himself and I'd pissed on him myself. It was wet. Like wet.
Saturated is what it was.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind? Why did you do that?
Just boredom.
Just bored?
And thought, let's have some fun with Ashley over here.
I dibs not sitting next to Lutzi today.
No, well, it's just
wearing that'd be a nightmare.
Yeah, it would be a nightmare.
You're wearing satin.
I am.
Light blue satin.
I know. It would be very grippy and clingy in all the right places.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snack Box.
Did you just do the weather report?
Just throwing it in because I'm waiting for the sun to come back, guys. It feels like it's going on forever.
I've just never heard you do weather. I thought something
he often
wrong,
does
and I'm
that.
like,
I mean, that's the 8:22, top of 27 today, and mostly sunny.
In the River City.
Sunny conditions continuing, slight southeasterlies.
People rely on Mitch's weather.
Yeah, but what's our weather going to be like this weekend?
It's going to be wet.
I don't think it is. I think it's clearing. I actually think we're in good shape.
I don't know what I've got in front of me. Maybe not until the start of next week.
Just check your iPhone for more details, people.
Yeah.
Consult your local Siri.
Well, I'm not the weather girl.
What? Not with that.
I'm not. No. Well, no. I did test for weather several times.
Who
at
got
Channel
the
9
job?
and Channel 7.
Who got the job?
Channel 9, Gian Rooney in the end, because Eddie Maguire said you're too much of a liability on live television. And then...
Why would they think
Did
that?
Eddie Maguire say that to you? To your face?
To my face. And I went, yeah, I know. And then Channel 7 nearly took me on, and I was actually going to get the job.
Who
but
got
then
it?
the head of news was walked out the day he was going to give me the job. Yeah. Jane Bunn took over.
Never heard of Jane Bunn.
No.
No, well, she's an actual meteorologist who's right
That
for the
doesn't
job.
help.
And you should probably
Look
understand.
at his brother.
Yeah.
What? Does he? What?
He's a weatherman.
I thought he just did surf.
No, he does the whole thing.
He does
proper.
the weather. He
He's
does the
very-
weather,
he's very
the
good at it.
fishing,
Does he
the
just
surfing.
Does he just read Willy Weather live to the telly?
Look, I think he's done comprehensive
Research. He talks to the
Yes.
bureau every day.
Yes.
Does he?
He does a lot of stuff.
Oh, all right. All right.
Yeah, but anyway. So,
What
yeah.
time is it?
No, we're off air.
Yes.
We're just
Yeah, we can
this
keep
is a private.
gibbering.
So confused. What's going on?
This is a private conversation. You were supposed to do a bit on
It says you're going to do a bit on kayak
kayak Karen.
What's kayak
And
Karen?
we're just waiting for you. We thought you were going to segue beautifully into kayak Karen.
This is going to be good.
I mean, Mitch mentioned the temperature, and you went on
A rant.
Oh, well, I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, I got Karen'd in the supermarket yesterday.
Right.
Yeah.
by someone on a kayak.
No, that's later.
It says.
I'll get to that bit real quick.
Oh no, we're
because-
giving away the punchline. It says kayak Karen on the board. And only reason I looked at the board and said, "Where the bloody hell's this going?" At 8:26.
What a debacle.
What do you mean you got Karen?
I got
Okay,
Karen.
let's-
Okay, so I'm in the supermarket. I've got a trolley, right? And then I'm like, I couldn't be bothered doing self-checkout. I saw aisle 1 free, and I'm like, aisle 1, that doesn't feel right with the trolley. And I'm looking at all the little lit-up icons on the pole, and I'm like, no, okay, I'm pretty sure I can go in aisle 1.
Oh, the proper checkout.
Yeah, proper checkout with a proper checkout chick.
I so much prefer that too.
Yeah, me too. They're not paying me to pack my groceries.
Feel the same way.
Sister.
Yeah, I'd rather do it. But you very rarely see one open these days, or if there is, there's someone with a huge trolley full of
I was
gear.
excited, and I got there just before this other woman and her friend or a mature daughter, I don't know, and they had 2 baskets, and they were just giving me these looks, like, and they were whispering to each other, going,
Nikki Webster.
no, they were cranky.
Oh, okay.
I think they were cranky that I went in with the trolley when they had 2 baskets, but we would have had the same amount of stuff. But
But
I'm
who
like,
cares? You're first. It doesn't matter. Like, what? You know?
well, no. Do you remember when aisle 1 used to be 12 items or less?
Yeah, I thought it still was.
Only in select stores. But this woman's old school, right? She hasn't read, she hasn't done a research. And then she just goes, excuse me, this is a 12 items or less aisle?
That's BS, by the way.
I know, it was really aggressive. And I'm standing there going, oh no, have I done the wrong thing? Because I've read the sign.
Yeah, exactly.
And people pick on me in public a lot. I think it's because I've got big eyeballs. I haven't worked it out yet. But then the checkout chick saved me. She goes, no, it isn't. Love, read the sign. And I just went, oh, I just had a Karen v. Karen.
That's a good. Like that's rubbish. That there's no sign. There's no rules saying aisle 1.
No,
is
but it's like-
12 items. or
No,
less.
sometimes there is.
Sometimes there is.
Sometimes there is.
Well, if there's a sign saying 12 items or less, there is. But if it's just aisle 1, you just go, oh, everyone, aisle 1's 12 items or less. Unless
Yeah,
there's specifically a
She
sign.
just reverted to
I agree with
tradition.
you. Just you know.
We all agree. That's why I checked several
right.
times.
Just want to make sure.
Because
Right.
normally it's the express aisle.
No,
Normally.
Yeah.
no, not unless there's a sign.
Not unless it says, yes.
But
I agree.
anyway, so yeah, I got Karen, but it was so nice that she defended me. But then I saw on the internet last night someone else got Karen'd. There was a Karen in a kayak. Gee, it's very alliterative today, isn't it? Anyway,
It says on the board.
there's people in
Kayak Karen.
their boat. You can't see them. They're videoing her, and I think they've just come in past her. Not too close, I don't think. I presume she's in the wrong. I presume she's a Karen.
She's in a kayak and they're in a proper boat.
And they're in a proper boat. And this is how it played out.
Don't, because she knows how to drive a boat better than you, brother.
Doubt it.
I doubt it. What's this little thing? You got a 200 on the back of a what, kayak?
What are you, a maritime enthusiast
No,
as well, are you?
mate. I just like to do the right thing, and when he come through, he's hooking,
Yeah.
taking
You
out
got
everyone
nothing
in their
better
Christmas
Nothing better
presents.
to do to take the fun away from every. Oh, that's it. Oh,
I
well.
hope you got that.
I did.
She's fallen in the
It's
water
going
at this
straight on the
point.
Instagram.
Instagram, is that all you got?
No, I got TikTok as well.
Oh, TikTok, is that all you
Yeah,
got?
film this stuff.
That's how you handle a Karen. Now, that splash.
But they didn't push her in. She just fell in.
No, so she
Right.
goes, oh, take this, and uses a paddle to splash them,
splash.
but she just goes face first in the drink. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you manage a Karen.
Let them just make
Just
asses
let
of
them
themselves.
think themselves and just make jokes. That's the only way you can do it.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snack Box.
We've got so many talented Queenslanders. Like we've
Thank
got
you.
Lockie Kennedy.
Yep.
And we've got Gout Gout.
We got hamburger.
We got
Hamburger.
Hamburger. We've got so many, but we've also got some other people who have achieved big things and they don't really
Good
get a
segue.
mention. You're welcome.
Good segue.
We have Queensland World Record holders that we don't know exist that are out there.
Go on, I like when you do this.
Okay.
Give them to me.
For example, Nicholas Manning in 13.03 seconds did, what do you think he did?
Rubik's Cube.
No, that's slow for a Rubik's Cube.
No need to yell at me.
He was. You sound like Teddy. I'll be like, Teddy, don't do that. Stop yelling at me.
You can't yell at me. I'm a child. I have rights.
Whoa,
That's what
I'm
they
like,
say now.
I think I just said it really nicely. No, the quickest time to put 10 pairs of undies on. 13 seconds.
Come on, Nicholas.
He got 10 pairs
Does
of
he
undies
put them all on at once? Or is it
No,
an
one at a
individual
time.
deal?
Individual
It
deal.
has to be one at a time.
So they'd have to touch.
That's 1 second,
Touch.
just over a second. Now.
But he mustn't have
Nuts.
Now.
He mustn't
Yeah.
have
Now.
mustn't have a lot that could interfere with it.
Oh,
You'd probably be good at it. Let's see.
that's an attack on your manlyhood.
I know
Mr.
what it
Luttrell.
was. I know what it was.
Okay, let's move on to sand angels. We made the most sand angels simultaneously.
What's a sand angel?
Wait, like a snow angel, where you lay in the sand
Oh,
as
yeah.
a naked angel.
Yeah.
1,624
People.
angels happened in 2019. Guess where, Ash?
Currumbin Beach.
Close, Broadbeach.
Oh, that's close.
Gold Coast represent.
Did you? I remember you took part. You were nude. You thought they were doing some nude thing for the Guinness. They said, "Mate, get off the beach, you pervert."
Yeah, he was a sand demon.
Yeah.
It's
And-
kind of got a bit of a radio stunt all over it. I wonder
we
if that
could do
was
that.
a radio stunt. Yeah.
Oh, we should come up with one.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah, what else
actually
have you got?
remembered
What
with
else have
something.
you
We can prove our TSL.
this-
We could do that.
This one's a bit of a wank. Okay, the University of Queensland.
How many people?
1,417 staff and
Lots is in.
students.
I was drunk
Loves his
as part of this. I didn't know what they were filming it. How many?
1,417 staff and students.
Doing what?
They had the largest mindfulness lesson. I told you it was a bit of a wank.
I don't.
Yeah, well, it would have been way better if it actually was.
Back to riding a stick. Most pogo stick jumps in 1 minute. It's a 12-year-old. 187 jumps.
So that requires
Lachlan Rakuvelis.
a lot of strength. You need downward pressure to get back up. You know, it's
But to go
jigga-
that quickly-
Pure coordination.
jigga.
I like that
It's like-
one. Like, there's genuine skill involved in that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like the
because
Snow Angels one. That's just.
that's
Yeah,
just
anyone can do
stupid.
that.
And mindfulness, come on. Mindfulness is just not having your phone for a day. You did it 2 weeks ago.
I do it all the time.
But
I did it during the show today.
no, I did it in
Mindfulness.
segment 3.
Yes.
Absent mindfulness. That's what I did.
We have segments.
Kind of.
Okay.
We've got a whiteboard that's
What's
broken
next?
up. No,
What else
I was
have you
going to say
got?
that's really impressive because I did 1,100 jumps and that was my record on my pogo stick.
What are you talking about?
But that,
What, you did 1,100 jumps on a pogo stick?
yes.
When did you do
in
this?
a row.
Who's pogo
Oh,
stick?
probably about 12.
When did- oh,
I had a
when
pogo
you're-
stick. They were so much fun.
When you're a kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I reckon I could do it now, though. Uh-oh.
No,
I'm not
you
putting
can't.
that out.
No, you couldn't.
Go
I
on.
actually think I could. I reckon I could.
Okay, I want you to see that. How many?
All
we
right.
can bet on it.
I will
Get a
attempt.
pogo stick.
How many
bring it
can you do in what? In not an hour. You'd be
No,
exhausted
just
in a
the
minute.
most in a row.
In a minute.
Where do you practice for that?
Yeah, in a minute. Well, I didn't have many friends growing up. I was like Richie Rich.
Oh,
I
is
lived
this
in
the-
a massive house.
Play the
Oh
sad
yeah,
music.
so whoa, not that
What's
one.
that?
You
Play
want
the
this
sa-
one?
yeah, play the sad one.
Now
Oh,
tell
yes.
us.
Hi, I'm
Yeah.
Nicky
I
Osborne.
know. I remember. when I
Everybody
was-
thinks I performed at the opening ceremonies to the Olympics, but that wasn't me. That was the other Nicky. That was Nicky Webster.
the talented one. Because I don't have any
hey,
talent.
Hey, no need
hey.
to take it that level.
I'm
You
no
know,
good
just
at
saying.
anything. And when I was little,
Yeah.
all I wanted was a trampoline.
Yeah.
You know what they got me?
I'm going to guess a
parents-
pogo stick.
No, a water slide, the bastards.
What? There was a. So when did the pogo stick come into it then?
Oh, no, I had that forever.
So confused.
I don't know what's going on. Get us out.
The Ash, Lutzi, and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.